Hello YouTube, my name is Rick and this is just one of my 50 cal Bluetooth ammo box builds. I've probably built about 8 of these things over some time, over maybe about 2 or 3 years. And I'm using the LePay or LePi amplifier. I think this one actually is a knockoff, but it works pretty well nonetheless. Matter of fact, I had to do a few things, and I'll try to explain that the best I can. But let's do this. Let's open up the box. Get a little closer view here. So we'll open it up, and we'll see what you can see. You may not be able to see a whole lot, but you'll see that the amplifier is right towards the side right there, and it's actually wired in parallel. It's a little odd, as a matter of fact, if you'll notice on the back where the Bluetooth module has been connected, you see that red and black cord right there. Only one of them is actually connected to the back of the amplifier because it's only using basically one aspect of the channel to run the speakers or the drivers. But it works pretty well, surprisingly well, using this method. And that's because this amplifier was it was really cheap, and it had some issues, but I was able to work those issues out using different methods. You'll notice also, I don't know if you can see it very well, but I actually wired it directly into the board of the amplifier. So I wired in directly. And although it may look a little odd to you as far as the wiring is concerned, believe me, it is actually wired in parallel. That's what it is. And then you'll see the 12-volt battery pack. And that 12-volt battery pack will actually run the amplifier for about 6 hours at decent volume. I added in an extra Y cord. The Y cord actually runs to the back of the amplifier so you can charge it up from a cord from the back of the amplifier or the box. And then I added an extra cord. That way, if you wanted to add an extra battery or something like that, you could certainly do it. So that's what I did. Also had some material that I'm using for dampening. You can see some foam material. Add that in and cut it in such a way that it will fit in the box nicely. This box actually sounds really good. Now, the amplifier itself is supposed to put out about 25 watts per channel, but I think you can actually run it up to from 12 volts to about 14 volts. 14 volts, of course, you'll get the best volume and so forth out of that amp. But also you'll notice I have a Y cord running to the exterior of the box, and what that does is that gives you a couple of ways in which you can use auxiliary. So you can actually plug in your non-Bluetooth devices and still hear them through the box. And although a number of people have actually put the amplifier on the inside of the box entirely, in other words, you don't see the knobs or anything like that, I found it to be advantageous to actually just take the time and cut out the box in such a way that you can actually put the knobs on the exterior. And what I've done was literally where each knob is concerned, I actually drilled a hole so that that knob can fit through that hole. I drilled a hole, or I cut a hole for the switch as well. And that works better than trying to cut a square hole. Square hole, don't do it. I don't advise it because it will not sit flush and it just doesn't look right. It just really doesn't look right. But this looks really good, looks neat. Matter of fact, I've taken these to work before on numerous occasions. Matter of fact, every week I take one of these boxes to work, and people always ask me, where did you get that? They think I purchased it. And usually what I'll do is, so if somebody asks, then I'll just tell them I build them. Well, this is my Bluetooth speaker build. Thank you for watching.